Hello and welcome to the Property News. You're on Magic Picks Now, India's first property channel. I'm Krishna Kumar. Let's take a look at the top stories that we're cracking. In a bid to hike the supply of affordable homes, the Maharashtra government has proposed changes to its urban township policy. It proposes additional floor space index for townships. The rider, developers will have to make small homes on 20% of the land. That is our big story. Buoyant demand for commercial real estate is pushing business districts to the peripheries. Magic Picks Now gets you the expert view, tells you where are tomorrow's office hotspots. With 530 kilometers of roads currently under repair, will Mumbai get rain ready in time? Magic Picks Now kickstarts a special campaign to help you weather Mumbai's monsoon. We start by taking stock of the work underway, and today we get you a ground report from Mumbai's eastern suburbs. Also on the show, our special series, The War of the Cities. And today we speak exclusively with Raipur's Municipal Commissioner on the city's smart plans. Straight to our big story. In a boost to the developers, the Maharashtra government has proposed changes to rules for building townships in the state. The motive? To increase affordable housing and attract premium developers to build small homes. We have Ruchi Deshpande, who tracks the Maharashtra government, joining us with more details. Ruchi, tell us what changes have been made and can we expect more houses in Maharashtra soon?
The Maharashtra government is certainly surging ahead when it comes to creating more supply of affordable housing in the state. Well, on 24th of May, the State Urban Development Department of Maharashtra has proposed to make changes in the erstwhile Maharashtra Township Act of 2005. The main objective here is to create more affordable housing in the city and to get premium developers in order to go and build more townships. Now, let me just take you through some of the changes that have been proposed by the Maharashtra government when it comes to this. Well, firstly, 20% earlier 20% of the land out of the total plot that the builder obtains to build this township will strictly be only for affordable housing, and this affordable housing will be priced at a cost which will be decided by the Maharashtra housing body, that is MHADA. Now, there are more incentives like the FSI has been doubled from 0.5 to 1, which is basically more higher rises in the outskirts of the city. They have also removed the mandate to keep 50% of the land that the builder obtains as open spaces, which means now the builder can use the entire 40 hectares, which is the minimum for creating a township, and use it to make more buildings in the outskirts of the city. Plus, plus they have also made these changes to increase they will charge the developers premium to build in no development zones. The Maharashtra government's rationale behind this is basically to create more developments in the no development land, no development zone, or the NDC. The government also told us that they will fast track the building permissions and this affordable housing will be priced at a cost. Now, this is a draft which is still in the works, and this will be finalized in 30 days from now.
30 days from now is when the new rules will be finalized. The word coming in from Ruchi Deshpande. Thank you so much for that update, Ruchi. More incentives for townships there, but will this get marquee developers to build small homes? To give us more perspective on that, we're being joined now by Satish Magar of Magarpatta City and Rohit Poddar of Poddar Developers right here on the Property News. Thank you, gentlemen, for taking time out to be with us over here. Let's start with you, Mr. Magar. You were among the first to build a township under the existing policy. Will the FSI hike then incentivize developers to build more townships?
This was one demand which was pending since the township policy was made in 2005. Because, the first policy of 0.5 FSI was not actually correct. It was problematic because you were not utilizing the land, and the 50% land which was to be kept open was an issue by itself. 0.5 FSI has become 1 by way of payment of premium, and the entire land potential is now going to get used. And because of this usage of land potential, the prices also will be within the range. I think they have addressed most of the challenges. Now it is going to come for hearing objection. There is going to be a process on that, so we still have an opportunity. If anything has missed, can be added to it. They have addressed to all those practical problems what we have faced over the years, and this will promote more and more people to do townships, because townships, as we all know, it's decentralization of infrastructure which is created by the private sector. I think this is going to be it will be of great use for city development. Potential use of the entire potential of land itself has been a very big incentive, because when we were using only 50% of the potential of land, the prices were going up and making it uneconomical also. But with this new provision coming in, I think a lot of issues are going to get sorted out of that. There are a lot of grey areas in the rules and regulations, in the development control rules. I think all of that has been answered to a great extent.
Mr. Magar, thank you so much for taking time out to be with us here on the Property News on Magic Bricks Now. Let's now head across to Mr. Rohit Poddar, who is waiting patiently. Mr. Poddar, thank you so much for taking time out to be with us. Tell us, the new act allots permissible FSI almost as double. Do you think this will lead to more developers going in for more townships?
Yes, it certainly will. The concept is the following: the government's trying to make a standard FSI, across affordable housing, irrespective of the exact geographical location. So, the number of townships that have come up in the last 10 years, since this new thing was started, is actually very low. And you need more and more schemes to basically have more affordable housing stock come into the market to have the housing for all 2022 scheme actually practically done. So I think this is a very the right step positive step in the right direction, and I'm very sure that it will incentivize developers to actually do more of these sort of townships. And we certainly will be looking at this also very seriously for our parcels of land that we already have, and we'll be looking to acquire new parcels of land that basically fit into the scheme.
Rohit, this new draft housing policy also mentions that 20% of the land be used only for affordable housing. Tell us, is this a deterrent or incentive for developers?
Well, I mean, the idea is to increase housing stock for affordable housing, right? So it's not a question of having it only for a township. This is also basically the rule within the city, and also, for example, in places like TMC and KDMC. So to make a standard law which has got which is transparent and very clear and consistent, this rule has to be a part of this scheme as well. And if a developer is getting more FSI, there's a reason for that. He has to basically do 20% for for affordable housing, or specifically for the economically weaker section or flats below a certain size, and for doing that he gets a cross subsidy, right? So it's very similar to cross subsidy is the way to go if the exchequer is strained for money and they don't have funds available to do whatever's required. Then cross subsidy is the way forward. Very similar to SRA or other schemes of that nature.
All right, Rohit, we will let go of that. Mr. Rohit Poddar, thank you so much for taking time out to be with us here on the Property News on Magic Bricks Now. Let's now take a look at the commercial real estate market, where we promised you a peek into tomorrow's business hubs, and here they are. Amita Balachandra caught up with Sanjay Dutt of Cushman & Wakefield at a RICS conference. Sanjay told her where the action is shifting to in the office market. Listen in.
The top three office markets, number one is Bengaluru, second is NCR, and third, surprisingly, came out was Pune. And the reason for that is that these are the markets where a lot of corporates are already based and growing and expanding, and they have talent and they have real estate available to them. However, since the cost of prime real estate has gone up in certain micro markets, while the overall supply may be very high, vacancy may be very high, and they are double digits, 18-19%, because a lot of corporates are witnessing that there is rent escalation, their next investment of consolidation is happening in those micro markets which are still cost competitive. And these could be your Hebbal and Yelahanka or Thanisundra Road, for example, for Bangalore, or Hinjewadi for Pune, or Wagholi for Pune, or it could also be new locations of Chennai on OMR and even other such locations. So there is a trend and pattern driven by cost.
Now REITs is a positive thing for the real estate sector. SEBI, of course, has norms that 80% has to be completed and the rest brownfield and greenfield. Is the industry comfortable with that now? Also, is the industry comfortable with the tax rules that have been mandated? Will we see a REIT by the end of this year?
Government has done everything that they were supposed to do. I mean, dividend tax, for example, was a huge thing. They were deliberating over 2 years, and they just one fine morning did that away, and that's great. That's taken the industry by surprise in a pleasant way. Likewise, they removed the restrictions on foreign direct investment in real estate. I believe somebody would step in and kickstart that. The good thing is, with real estate regulation bill and everything in place, the chances of success of REITs will be higher. Because imagine if you're done REIT without transparency, without real estate act, with no control and no regulation, REIT can fail. And there are enough examples globally where the REITs have done well and they've failed. And I think this country has done what was required. And I do see at least $7 to $8 billion worth of assets getting listed. If not in 16, at least by the end of 17 or 18 or 19. And some would be non-office market players, because commercial could be industrial, could be road and infrastructure, and I think there's good potential there.
So who do you think would go first? I know the top players who are vying for that spot, but who do you think would go first?
I can assure you the first listing will happen by some institute, and the next wave of listing would happen from the real estate sector, which will be from either NCR, Mumbai or Bangalore.
Away from that, it's time now to kickstart our brand new series, Is Mumbai Rain Ready? Now we know that Mumbai's civic body, the BMC, has set itself a target of May 31st to get the city shipshape for the rains. But that could be a tough ask, considering that about 530 kilometers of roads in maximum city are currently under repair. Will Mumbai then be ready in time? Magic Bricks Now's reporters are scouring the city to get that answer. And today we have Disha Shah, who gets us a report from Mumbai's eastern suburbs. Take a look.
With monsoon just around the corner, BMC is gearing up for the monsoon this year. In fact, the civic body has also set a deadline to finish all the road repairs in the city of Mumbai to avoid the waterlogging issue that the city faces during every monsoon. In fact, to check the situation on ground as to whether Mumbai is ready for the monsoon this year, we drove right from Mulund up to Dadar. We covered the entire eastern Mumbai stretch, and what we found out is that in close to 45 to 50 junctions, there were patches of work going on. Roads were being dug up. In fact, right now also you can see I'm standing here at Sion, where you can see the one entire stretch of the road is dug up. We are seeing people working here to ensure that the deadline is met. In fact, in close to 45 to 50 junctions that we covered from Mulund to Dadar, we also saw that people were cleaning up the debris. But when I spoke to residents here in the Sion locality, they believe that the work, going by the looks of it, the work seems to be nowhere close to completion. They believe that Mumbai is yet not ready for rains. This is Disha Shah from Magic Bricks Now.
Now, Disha also caught up with a few residents and shopkeepers. Listen to what they have to say.
मुंबई बारिश के लिए 3 दिन में इम्पॉसिबल तैयार तो चांसेस है ही नहीं, क्योंकि जो हिसाब से जून में स्टार्टिंग में बारिश हो जाती है, उसके पहले प्रिपेयर 2 महीने पहले अगर जो बीएमसी अगर जो स्टार्ट करे तब मई एंड तक पहुंचेगी. तो ये 3 दिन में यानी 36 आवर्स में बीएमसी कहाँ पहुंचेगी. और उसके पहले अगर जो बारिश गिर जाती है मई एंड में, तो क्या पीछे काम हो सकता है? इम्पॉसिबल. 3 दिन में तो नॉट पॉसिबल.
Mumbai is not ready and not serious. Mumbai is not serious to avoid flooding. Actually, ऐसा देखा जाए तो कोई भी सीरियस नहीं है फ्लडिंग के लिए, बचने के लिए. नो वन इज सीरियस. गवर्नमेंट सेक्टर की तरफ से या पब्लिक की तरफ से या जनरल सबकी तरफ से देखें तो वी आर नॉट सीरियस टू अवॉइड फ्लड्स. तो उसके लिए थोड़ा कड़क कार्रवाई भी बीएमसी को करना चाहिए, थोड़ा खुद को भी काम करना चाहिए, तो जाके थोड़ा कुछ रिलीफ हो गया.
बीएमसी ने बोला है 31 के मई तक के काम ये पूरा एंडिंग के हो जाएगा करके, लेकिन अभी मुझे नहीं लगता काम ये पूरा एंडिंग तक ही होना चाहिए. बरसात में मानसून के लिए अभी सिर्फ 3 दिन के लिए बचा है अभी तो अभी भी ऐसे काम पूरा स्टार्टिंग में पेंडिंग में पड़ा है अभी तक के। और मुझे नहीं लगता अभी और लोकेटेड भी अभी मुझे नहीं लगता 3 बारिश तक अभी और काम अधूरा अगले बारिश तक अभी प्रॉब्लम दे सकती है अभी।
Basically, I would just suggest BMC for the main reason for waterlogging here is that there is no movement on either of the side, means towards the Dharavi side or towards that Mahul Creek side. So basically, we need some permanent solution to it and some long-term solution to it.
During monsoon season, we find that perennial problem is that all the after the first monsoon, all the gutters, the drainage chambers, and all these things are getting choked. However better clean they are. But still we find this choking problem. The water gets locked and then the water goes up to the knee deep level. And then we have to remove our cars and go and park it somewhere far away distance.
We prepare for high tide और monsoon जो भी है उसके लिए 1 महीना पहले ही prepare हो जाते हैं. Before 1 month we stop our purchase. We keep our all goods above say 1.25, about 15 inch. We expect about 1 feet water in our shop. I have got a storage also, but all the goods, whatever goods is there, all keep we 2 feet up.
There was a big waterlogging over here. We had a major loss in our stocks, but due to rains at night, so we were not able to, come over here and take the stocks above. So we take advanced precautions for everything, all our stocks. Basically, we don't keep any stocks at the lower level of our racks and all. And generally, we try to see during heavy rains that all our stock is well shelved up on the above shelf.
Now, Disha also caught up with activist Stalin D, who believes that this monsoon won't be any different, but could in fact bring more trouble for citizens. Listen in.
This claim about being ready for monsoon, it is like a standard press statement which they bring out at around 20th of May and give it to the press. Only the dates are changed, and they have never been ready. The fact today is that, of course, a little work of desilting the drains has happened. But if you talk of the road repairs and the digging up of the roads and wherever these patches are left, that is a very bad situation. In fact, many roads are dug up even today and the work is still going on. Ideally, this should have been stopped by 15th of May, not even 30th. Forget 30th, this will not be completed even by the end of the monsoon, the way it is. So Ajay Mehta needs to hail a taxi and travel from CST to Thane and from Churchgate to Daisar. That's all that he needs to do. But from the look of it, he hasn't found the time to come out on the road. And he's being guided by his officers who know much lesser than what he does about the ground realities. Even commuting, it's becoming a nightmare because of this digging up of roads. We are still looking at the same monsoon, the same miseries which the Mumbaikar faces every monsoon.
Now, Disha also managed to get a word in from BMC corporator Rajashri Shirwadkar near Science Gandhi Market area. This is one of those places that gets inundated every monsoon. And she began by asking Rajashri how the BMC is gearing up for the monsoon. Take a look.
लास्ट 25 ईयर से अगर आप देखेंगे तो रेलवे कलर्स जो है वो कभी साफ़ ही नहीं है. तो लास्ट ईयर से हम लोगों ने खुद जाके मतलब साफ़ सफाई कैसे चल रही है वो सब देख के DRM से बात करके वो वाटर लॉगिंग को जितना भी एरिया है वहाँ पे हम लोग साफ़ सफाई करवा के लिए मेरे पास आता है वो एक माइनर नाला आता है जो मैं हर 15 दिन के बाद बिफोर मानसून क्लीन अप करवा के लेती हूँ. और जहाँ पे डेब्रिज गिरने के चांसेस है वहाँ पे हम लोग वॉल खड़ी कर मतलब आधा वॉल हो चुका है, आधा वॉल बाकी है वो करें. बट मेजर प्रॉब्लम इज़ दैट कि मेरे वार्ड के अंदर या सायन के अंदर 5 जगह से पानी क्रिक से अंदर पानी आता था और 2-3 जगह है जहाँ पे फ्लडिंग गेट्स की अपेक्षित हम लोग कर रहे हैं. बट दिस इज़ द फ्यूचर प्लानिंग. अगर नेक्स्ट ईयर देखेंगे तो हम लोग वहाँ पे फ्लडिंग गेट अपेक्षित कर रहे हैं. और बिफोर 31 और आफ्टर 31 में मेरे पर्सनल जो NGO रहेंगे उनको भी मैंने वहाँ पे कंटिन्यूस लगातार लगा के रखा है कि कम से कम बारिश आए तो एक टीम मैंने पैरेलल टीम बिसाइड्स द BMC मैंने एक पैरेलल टीम रेडी रखी है कि अगर मानसून आए और वाटर लॉगिंग चालू हुआ तो कम से कम वो क्लीन अप करके रहे और पानी चला जाए.
So that means throughout the monsoon at least the work will be on, मतलब काम चालू रहेगा throughout the monsoon साइन माटुंगा एरिया में. गांधीनगर मार्केट इज़ ऑल्सो वन जहाँ पे कुछ ज़्यादा ही पानी का वाटर लॉगिंग इशू है, तो उसके लिए आप क्या कर रहे हैं?
वहाँ पे तो हमारा ऑलरेडी पंप हर साल बैठता ही है. ये टाइम भी हम लोगों ने पंप बिठाया. तो ये साल हम लोगों ने क्या किया है, मैंने और हमारे वार्ड ऑफिसर ने एक एंट्रेंस मतलब एक छोटा सा एक पाइप लाइन डाल के उसके अंदर से वो पाइप हम लोगों ने जो कापड़ी पाइप रहता है वो अंदर से डाल के नीचे से हम लोग वो पानी कलवर्ट के अंदर भेजा। मतलब जो बिकॉज ऑफ द व्हीकल्स जो पाइप जो दब जाता था वो दबना ये टाइम चांसेस कम रहेंगे और पानी फ्लो जाता रहेगा। अगर जो प्रॉब्लम क्रिएट कर रहा था वो प्रॉब्लम नहीं अभी क्रिएट होगा।
So considering Matunga sign area, अगर citizens को during monsoon अगर water logging का issue है, if they want to reach out to you, तो how can they reach out to you?
साइन वेलफेयर फोरम करके हमारा एक ग्रुप बनाया है हम लोगों ने, सिटीजन का ही ग्रुप है, उसमें भी मैं भी इन्वॉल्व, पुलिस भी इन्वॉल्व है। तो जैसे ही कुछ प्रॉब्लम होता है वाटर लॉगिंग का, हम लोग एक दूसरे को कांटेक्ट करते हैं और फिर अपना काम चालू।
So if citizens want to reach out to you during any water logging issue, so what is that helpline number that they can contact you on?
240-84-000. This is a disaster number. You can contact anytime, anything.
And well, Mumbaikars are already getting their rain arsenal ready, even as the BMC has about a week to go before they get their preparations in place. But we will keep this series alive. Is Mumbai rain ready going forward as well? Time now for our big exclusive. We promised you a sneak peek into the plans to make your city smart. And continuing with our special series today, we'll talk about Raipur, the capital of Chhattisgarh. Joining me on the show is the Municipal Commissioner of Raipur, Dr. Saransh Mittal. Dr. Mittal, thank you so much for being with us here on the Property News and Magic Bricks. Now, first of all, congratulations on your being selected. Tell us, what about your proposal exactly impressed the jury so much?
Well, thank you so much for the wishes. This time Raipur had developed a comprehensive document, and the citizen consultation part was made more intensive. And we presented a series of projects which was presenting an overall picture of an integrated social and economic development of the citizens of the city, and we aimed at directly aiming at the social as well as the economic component of the quality of the citizens' life. So the overall document was a comprehensive document with an integrated set of projects which aimed at bringing transformation in the life of the citizens. So I guess that was the major point for which we were able to score the points.
All right, Mr. Mittal, I have one thing to ask you. Tell us, how do you plan to fund all of this? Where is the funding going to come from?
Well, the financing model for the projects is, three-pronged. So we are aiming to, harness the funds in three forms. First and foremost will be the Smart City Fund itself, which is, a contributory fund from the central as well as the state government. And the second form will be the public-private partnership. We'll harness that also. And the third sort of fund, it will be the land monetization. Which also is a form of a public-private partnership, and second is through the convergence with the other government schemes which will be taking place in that area, so we have charted out different projects and different financing sources for the projects. So for example, the infrastructure projects like underground laying of the cables, etc., it will be done through convergence, and we have about 6 to 7 economic market redevelopments which will be aimed through public-private partnership, which has land monetization as the major component.
All right, Mr. Mittal, we have to let it go that Dr. Saransh Mittal of Raipur's Municipal Commissioner, thank you so much for taking time out to be this here in the Property News on Magic Bricks Now. And with that, we've completely run out of time here on the show. Thank you so much for watching. This is Krishna Kumar signing off.
You can watch live TV on our website mpnow.in. Find us on Facebook at facebook.com/magicbricksnow. And don't forget to click the like button. You can also follow us on Twitter at Magic Bricks Now. To stay updated with all our programming, hit the subscribe button on our YouTube channel by logging on to youtube.com/magicbricksnow.